In this video, we are going to learn about Google AdWords. And if you are going into e-commerce, if you wanted to do an online business of some sort, you would start to think about, how do I market my website? How do I get people to my shop? Even if you have a shop in the real world, you might be like, how do I get people there? So how does Google come up with the search results? Who knows how they do that? And getting into the organic search results like these right here, that's the job of an SEO. But another job that the SEO might do is placing ads at Google. So when people search for Pizza Fresno, your ad would come up right here. Or when people search for Los Angeles dog kennels, right? Here are some ads right here, and here are more ads right here. Or when people search for New York hotels, we've got ads right there, and we've got more ads right here. Right, so all of these ads, how do they get there? Who places them? How much do they cost to have them there? And to start participating in that, like here's another search, right? Excel training. Here are some links for Excel training. These are ads related to Excel training, ads over here. And then down here we have the organic search results. They just come up naturally with the search engine. So in this competitive marketplace, how do we get our advertisements here showing up on Google, and how much does that cost? And to do that, we would need to go to Google AdWords. And so when I first created this training on Udemy for Excel, right? I created this Excel training on Udemy. I thought, well, I'll go to Google AdWords and see if I can market it, and if I make more money from having ads out there when people search for Excel training, if I make more money from having people follow these links for Excel trainings, then it costs me to place the ad. So, you know, if it costs me $1,000 to put up these ads for a week, but I made $5,000, that would be a good business proposition. So I thought, let me play with Google AdWords and see what I come up with. To get to Google AdWords, you just go to Google and you search for AdWords. That's it. AdWords. You spell it correctly, that helps. And then once you find this link, you follow it and you sign up. And the first thing you want to do is you want to create a campaign. So here are all of my online campaigns over here on the left. And I have different campaigns. I have Excel training campaign, and then I have some old campaigns where I was just learning. And inside the Excel training campaign, I have, what are these? Some ad groups, right? So I could create ad groups. And inside each ad group, I could have ads. So here are two ads I created for this ad group. MS Excel 2013 class, online video class, easy, fun, master instructor, start now, $21. And then the same ad, but then I had it $29 because I was running those two ads to see if there might be some price point differentiation, to see if people are willing to pay $21 or if they're willing to pay $29, and what kind of results would I get. I had 161 impressions, right? So this ad was showed 161 times, and I had 5 clicks. This ad was shown 73 times, and I had 0 clicks. So that tells me that at $21, people are more interested in taking a look at that than at $29, right? Because that was the price on this ad. And then the cost per click, the average cost per click was $1.15. Which meant that altogether, $1.15 times 5, I spent about $5.50, 25, $5.75. $5.77 was my total cost. And my average position in the ads was 5.3. So when people search for that, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my average position was right in this area, right here, when people were searching for that. By the way, I spent about $500 on this entire thing. So we can look at my entire campaign here, Excel training. And we could go to ads, settings. Where do we go to see my total amount? Maybe down at the bottom here, because we're looking at all time here. $356.82 was the total amount that I paid. My ads were served up 18,399 times, right? I had 236 clicks. So my click-through rate was 1.28%. Right, my average cost per click was $1.51. So $1.51 times 236, that's $356.82. My average position was 3.8. 1, 2, 3. So I was right kind of between 3 and 4, more to 4. That was my average position. So you have to bid on your ad, right? And it depends upon market dynamics. Like, you know, is there more demand for a keyword or less demand? And that determines the pricing. Like, how competitive is the marketplace and how much are people willing to pay to have their ads come up? So for Excel training, right, there might be a different price than for New York hotels. There will be a different price for, as opposed to like all these different things you search for, anything you search for, there's going to be different people bidding on it. It's kind of crazy. And that there's just all this going on. And, you know, depending upon what other people are willing to bid, that will set the price for what you have to pay to get your ad to show up when somebody searches for that, right? Or pizza Fresno. So all these different things people could potentially search for. Each search term will have its own price. Like, you want to advertise, this is what it costs you if somebody clicks it. And every time somebody clicks one of these links, right, those people just paid for that click. So if this is $1.50 a click, I just gave Google $3. I just gave them more money. Like right now, I'm giving Google money. That's it. I'm giving Google money, giving Google money, giving Google money. I just gave Google a whole bunch of money. You know, just like that, Google made money. Yeah, it took money from people because I clicked on all those links. So that's what you do. You create a campaign. Inside that campaign, you're going to create. So here are all my campaigns. And you create, you know, one campaign. Here are the different campaigns. Inside each campaign, you have ad groups, right? And ad groups are made up of ads, like here are the ads, and then here are the keywords, right? So for here, the only keyword I was going for is if somebody searched for Excel or some variant of the word Excel, and class or some variant of the word class, right? Some search term closely related to that, this ad's going to show. For this ad group, I had these ads, 29 and 21, maybe slightly different wording, I don't know. And the keywords here were the same. For this ad, oh no, wait. So this one here, the keywords were class, and this one here, the keywords were course, anything closely related to course. DKI, what does DKI stand for? I don't know. I can't remember why I used that acronym, but let's look at the ads. Keyword. So this is a keyword. If somebody learned MS Excel 2013. All right, so what would happen with this, the way this was set up, was whatever somebody searched for, right? I searched for Excel training, and and here Excel training came up, right? And so they used this type of a search phrase. They used this type of a search phrase here. So if the keyword somebody used matched like certain criteria here in my keywords, right? These keywords here, then they would use that search term. And so people are going to click on, oh, that's what I want. I wanted Excel training. I searched for Excel training. I wanted Excel training. So people would be more likely to click on that. And if the keyword that they used to search for didn't fit, then alternatively it would say learn MS Excel 2013. So you can learn these ways to use AdWords, right, to be a little dynamic. And so I'm going to have displayed here is the link exactly what somebody searched for, unless it doesn't quite fit the criteria, in which case I'll have this default. And the criteria would be like length. And I think there were settings I put in there. And so on these, right, 21 versus 29, you can see, again, 44 clicks at $21, 25 clicks at $29. And so, you know, just different learn now, learn MS Excel, and then the keywords Excel learn, online, Excel online, and learn MS Excel online. So different things people might search for, and then creating ad groups to target what those people are searching for. And then also in settings, I could set, you know, what's my max bid, max CBC, ad group bids, max default bid 150, right? So that's my default bid. You could set like, I'm not going to bid over this amount. And you could say whatever price you want. So how do you figure out what keywords you might use for your ad groups? I just think all this is interesting. I'm not trying to show you how to actually use it. I'm just kind of giving you a general walkthrough of ad groups so you're familiar with it. And there are trainings out there. And, you know, if you go to Udemy, you could do AdWord trainings. And don't pay big money to take one of these trainings because it's not going to do anything for you. If you pay more than 20 bucks for an AdWords training, you paid too much. And or $25, let's say. Here at lynda.com, you know, Google AdWords Essential Training. And then they also have something called Google Analytics, which provides analytical information about your website. And they have all kinds of trainings about Google just in general at lynda.com. Lynda.com. All right, so how do you find the keywords? Well, Pizza Fresno, you go to this thing here, Tools Analysis Keyword Planner. And then this thing comes up and you search for what keywords do you want to use, and it gives you different ideas. So, people search for Pizza Hut in Fresno. The competition on that is low. The suggested bid is 17 cents, right? I could click this to see to rank these by price. Order food, online delivery, that's high. That's not really going to be great for pizza. Pizza delivery, that's medium. $2 a click is what it's going to cost me. So that's for Pizza Fresno. Here's for New York hotels. Let's look for by price. $7 to be some of these search results here for some of these keywords. $5 to $7. So if I go over to Google and I'm like, let's check all these out. $5 to $7, $5 to $7. $5 to $7, $5 to $7, $5 to $7, $5 to $7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just made Google $50, right? Yeah, so I should probably not be clicking on those because it's actually costing people money. But I've thrown money into the system, and that's business. And then we have Dog Kennels Los Angeles, which are running $4 a bid. So if you want dog kennels in Los Angeles. And you might be like, well, how do I determine my return on investment, ROI? And they have something called conversion tracking, where you could actually set up code on your website. And so if people click your link, you could see if people clicked on an ad, do I actually convert them to a customer? And so you could say if the person who clicked on the ad makes it to this page where they've checked out, right, and they've purchased a product or they've booked a reservation and paid us, then we would say that's a conversion. And so you could set that up on your website, that when the person who clicked on the link finally gets to this one web page on my website, then it'll send a little information back to Google, and Google will track the conversion. So if we go look at my conversions, I set up conversions here, conversions, and to run on my Udemy course, right? Like how many people did it, and all time, right? I never really got it. No activity recorded in the last 30 days, so maybe they don't show stuff. What's that say? May 26, 140 last reported conversion, 140 days ago. Great, show it to me. I want all time. Last all time. Give me all time, man. Settings. Conversion window. See your conversion time lag report. 30 days. All time. Custom date range. How do I change that? May. 30 conversions. Whatever, that's not telling me anything. Anyhow, that's conversions. And this is Google AdWords. And it's a crazy world, man. It is a crazy world. And this is how Google makes a ton of their money. They make a ton of their money. Most of their money, they make it this way. And I dropped 540 bills on it. There it is, right? Because there was a couple old ones that weren't thrown into there. $540, and it wasn't profitable for me. I didn't get enough conversions, enough people buying. So, but all said and done now with these courses, I made $1,300 for the Excel course, $2,700 or $27 for Computer Essentials. I just turned this one on, and so I'm actually in the positive in terms of just cash flow, but in terms of my time, like, I've spent 500 and I've made 1,200, 1,300, so that's 800 bucks for all the work that this took. Totally not worth it. But maybe it'll be worth it in the future. I don't know. And I certainly learned some things along the way, so that's its own reward. All right, that's Google AdWords.